This
So
conference will now be recorded.
I'm having like around 10 years of experience in SAP S4HANA. So and having good exposure into, I have started my career with ABAP. Then I jumped into ABAP and the new technology like OData, ABAP on HANA, and RAP as well. So currently, I have exposure into the uh, like I'm trying to go with ABAP on HANA with RAP modeling. So basically, like if I will tell my career journey, like I have started working with 15.11, then 16.10, 17.09, all these HANA versions, then 18.09, 18.09, and 2021, 2022, 2023. So currently, I'm working with 2023 systems. So all of the systems I have worked and having till now, I have completed 5 end-to-end implementations of S4 HANA systems and some upgradations as well and some transformation projects. Yeah, and it's great to know that some are joined as functionals, some with technicals. So yeah, it's good to know, and it will be good that everyone will is interested to learn the technical things. So we will start forward and we will take it forward to complete the ABAP on HANA. So we will be discussing the ABAP on HANA core topics, ABAP on HANA topics. So ABAP on HANA, prior to this, we need the ABAP expertise, but like we will discuss some of the concepts which are linked to ABAP when we will be covering the topics. So that all the details we are going to discuss in few minutes. So I'm just checking the systems. Give me some time, and if I have any questions, if anyone is having any questions or doubt, please shoot. Give me a second, guys. I need to connect to the system. Okay, let me know. Okay. Let me know if everyone able to see my screen.
Not at
Not from my side.
Okay.
let yeah now I guess yeah now we are able to see, right. Padma,
Yes,
Rekha?
yes, we
Yes.
can see now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
We can see now.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, let's discuss what are the things we are going to discuss today, and how we will be take it forward, and what and all things we are going to cover through our entire course. And we will try to demonstrate some of the components today. So let me know and stop me if any questions in between, and if there will be anything you will be not able to uh, get a clarity, or if it is like, just stop me and ask the questions if you need any more clarity on any topics. Okay. Okay. So So, what are the topics we are going to cover today, guys? So, we will be covering like the S4 HANA and S4 HANA and like basically HANA and S4 HANA. So, what are exactly the difference that we will be discussing? So, let me just make a note, and this team will share with you. Naveen and team, they will share with you. So, we will see like. Okay. So the next top, like post this, we will be seeing some other topics like the new syntaxes. So we will be seeing the new syntax which are 7.4 onwards. Like if your system GUI is 7.4 onwards, then you can use this syntax, and how we will compare over to old syntax. So this way we will compare and we will see how exactly this new syntax works, and what are the differences, what are the benefits, and like how exactly it is easy and it is recommended to use with the newer approach, and whatever the current developments we are doing, why it is suggested to go with the new syntaxes. So that all the details we are going to see it, and there are a lot of new syntaxes which are available over the old syntax that we are going to see again, and we will compare, we will write some few codes with old syntax, and we will see the new syntaxes as well over to that, how it is benefited. Okay. So then we are going to see the code to data paradigm, which is nothing but the code push down approach. Okay, so how exactly the currently the classical syntaxes are available, where if everyone is aware, like as all of our from SAP background, so SAP is following SAP R3 architecture, which is like the presentation layer and application layer and the database layer. So how exactly currently we are picking all the data from the database, and we are doing the calculation in the application layer, and we are presenting. But what exactly the difference with code push down approach or code to data paradigm is, like how we can push all the calculations logic, all the most of the calculations logic to database to make the return as like what exactly the in output is required to display. Mostly we will try on that part, so that will going further see how we can do this with the S4 system or the HANA database. So what exactly the benefits of HANA database, so all these things we are going to discuss in that. Okay. That then we are going to see the table functions, and we are going to see OpenSQL. So what exactly the OpenSQL and native SQL, so those we are going to discuss. So we will see OpenSQL for CDS, and we will see AMDP, what exactly the AMDP, and ADBC procedures and VDMs. Then we are going to see BOPF, Then we are going to see the access control. So what exactly the access control? Like, if you might aware, like if let's suppose I'm not the authorized person and I want to access some data, then we used to give some authorization to that. So that we used to give it in the application layer. So how we can, at the time of retrieval, data retrieval itself, how we can give the access control to that, so that we are going to see it. Okay, so post this we will see some reporting, like in the classic ALV there are like grid ALVs, hierarchical ALVs, blocked ALVs, OALVs, SLVs, all these things are there. So in HANA, ABAP on HANA, there is ALV idea is there. Okay, so that we are going to see how. Then we will proceed to see how we can expose a O data, oh, a CDS to O data. So CDS to O data, we are going to see how we can expose a CDS to O data. Then we are going to see the how we can use the performance tuning. Okay, performance tuning. Then we will build some simple RAP based Fury apps, simple RAP based Fury apps using CDS views. Okay, so this topics we are going to cover throughout our course. We will going further each and individual objects. We will going further discuss each and individual concepts on each and individual topics in detail, with the practicals, with hands-on on the systems, and that, like, if there will be any difference, what exactly the difference and how exactly it is having more advantages over to the classic way of approach, that we are going to see it. Okay, so let me start from the first. Let me start from the first topic today. And before starting the first topic, anyone having any questions, or anyone wants any other topics to be discussed which you think it's not covered in that, please let me know.
I have a question. Performance tuning here instance in S4, right?
Yeah.
The
So
concept of
performance
performance.
tuning is like, let's suppose there is a program, or let's suppose there is a development which is already developed or which you have developed. Let's suppose there is a, like FI data, where we are picking from some X table, and we are bringing the data and we are processing and giving the output, and we are going to see that in, let's suppose, 10 hours or 5 hours, or let's suppose it is taking 1 day to execute and give the result of that process. So how exactly it is faster, and what are the topics, what are the techniques we are going to use on that to make it faster, and how exactly with HANA and other methods we can achieve it, and how exactly the difference between the standard, like, or the best practices we are going to see, by which you can improve your performance just to some minutes or to the some seconds, depending on your coding and your database or your functions. Okay, did I answer your
Oh,
questions?
Yeah. Basically, in ABAP side, we may filter the data in select query, maybe
Mhm.
loop inside loop. Those things we'll check for tuning. In S4 also, will the syntaxes be more or less same or
So we will see on that. So if I will start discussing on that topic today, so it will be, to be honest, it may bounce. So let's discuss one by one on each topics. So once this topic will come, by that time, I think you will be having a more clarity on that.
okay?
Anyone having any questions?
No, not from my side.
Okay. Okay, so let's first see what exactly SAP HANA and S4 HANA, what exactly these two terms, and there is one term is called as ABAP on HANA. Okay, so any idea, guys, like what exactly the difference in between these terminologies, and in industry, whenever whenever we are using or whenever we are using this terminology that yes, I'm a ABAP HANA developer, I'm a S4 HANA consultant, I'm a like we are using HANA database, so we are using HANA. So what exactly the terminologies means to you? Like how exactly you are getting it? Any answers? Padma, Reva, Monica? Okay, no issues. So basically, HANA is nothing but a database. So HANA is nothing but a database which is like, if I will compare, if we are using the Oracle database or if I am using any other database, over that in our backend, if the database is got changed to HANA, then we are having a like HANA database support. It can link to a ECC on HANA, or it may be linked to S4 system. So, if the business, or you can say, if the business is running on S4 and backend server is HANA, then it is known as S4 HANA system. And if the system, if the ERP, or if the business is running on ECC and the database is HANA, so then it is ECC on HANA. And whenever we are writing the code, if it is specific to the HANA database or the HANA database related codes we are writing, then it is, so that we can consider that we are working on ABAP on HANA. So like these topics, whenever we are working with AMDP, CDAs, so on these topics, whenever we are working, that means we are working on ABAP on HANA. So that means, I think we can frame a statement like this: if your database is HANA and you are working on that HANA database, and to make some change or to write your logic, you are using a technique or a programming language on ABAP with some newer syntax or newer technologies like CDS, AMDPs, then we can say we are on ABAP on HANA. We are working in we are working as a ABAP on HANA consultants. So you are frame the definitions as per you. So you, as per your understanding. So there is like the basic concept is, if your database is HANA and you are working on that HANA database with your new HANA related techniques, then as a developer, then you can consider it to be a ABAP on HANA developer. Is it clear? Anyone having any questions?
Clear.
We are good.
Yeah, thank you, Monica. Thanks, Reva. Okay, so let's see in system how we can identify that what are the versions we are with HANA and what are the versions is there, like how we can identify, how we can basically check what are the details of this. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so everyone is familiar with this GUI, I believe, or they might be familiar with the new GUI, the new theme. So let me just close it. Let me open it again. I want the session to be more interactive, guys. So if you have any questions, then please let me know. So let me select the course theme. So I will set it as apply. Okay. Okay. So tell me one thing, like which screen is you guys are familiar with? So this is a screen. This is one kind of screen, or it is a one different one theme, which is the course theme. And the first one which I was open, that was the signature theme. So which theme you guys are familiar with? So there are like with the new GUI, there are different themes are available. So you can like, I believe like any of you will be familiar with any one of these from these two. So you can like, there are like, this is a theme, like there will be no difference, but in this core theme the user and feel is little different, and his signature theme the user and feel is little different. So how I can know that whether this system, so now I told that this is the theme, so this is not the system details, or from here we cannot identify anything, right? So how we can identify whether, like, let's suppose if I'll say like we have different HANA versions, like as I told earlier, we had 15, 11, 16, 10, 1709, 1809, and lot of HANA versions are came. So which versions there are, like on-premise is there, cloud is there. So how I can get all the detail to know exactly which systems I'm in, which release versions I'm in. So let's suppose tomorrow I'll be working with with the system, and there will be some issues will come. Then if I need to check, and if I need to check in system, like if I want to implement a node, or if I want to check if the features is supported in that version or not, so then how I can get to know? Okay, so let me
In
go.
system status.
Yes, thank you. So from here we can go. and we can see here what are my system details. So here you can see the timing, like what is the system timing. So it is in IST time. So if you will be working with any like European client, or it will be in CET, so this time you will be CET. So if you will be working with any US clients, so depending on that, the it will be like how the like where the system is hosted. Depending on that, it will show the system time. So whenever there will be any update or any create or modification is getting triggered to the system for your business objects, so it will be registered at this timestamp. So I believe you might be aware, everyone, what exactly the timestamp I'm talking about. So this, from here you can know the system details, like system time details, what exactly the time currently with the system. So if you will come little down here, we have a database information. So if it is SDB, which is HANA database, that means we can able to get, we will be sure that this is a S4, sorry, this is a HANA database is linked to this one. Okay. So from here we got to know that we are with, like we are with the HANA database. Our like backend is HANA database is with us. So whether the system is S4 enabled or not, that where we can check. So we'll go with the detailed. So we'll see, do we have a S4 core component or not. So here if you will check, there is a component called S4 core. That means this is the S4 core, S4 on HANA system. Like this is the S4 HANA system which we have opened now. So if this component will be not there, then you will be get to know that this is the SAP ECC system which is linked to the uh, SAP is a ECC system which is linked to your HANA database system. So on in detailed version wise, if you want to come, you can see here this is the S4 HANA system with 2022 versions. The latest version is 2023, and the so like the release version is 108. That is the latest one. Okay, so for us in this system, we have the S4 core system and 107. Okay, so why exactly I'm just focusing on this release versions, components, and installations. So let's suppose there is some functionalities is not working, and there are, let's suppose, some features or some developments you are doing, which there are some blogs you find, let's suppose, whenever you are trying to implement that change, or you are trying to implement that development, uh, you are trying to activate it, but either you are facing some issues, or you might be facing that functionality itself is not working, or there might be some note implementations you will be doing which is saying like where you will be not getting to know in the framework, like if it is saying it is cannot be installed, but you are saying why it is not, why it cannot be installed, what exactly the difference. If it is saying can be installed, then how it is determining that how it is getting installed. So from this you can able to identify that what exactly the core component you have, what exactly the release versions you have. So from this you can able to identify that whether your system component is compatible with the like with the required system or not. Okay, so I hope this part is clear for everyone.
Um, One quick question here, buddy. So, as
Sure.
if S4 core is present in the software component, that means that it is an S4 system which is on
Yes,
HANA
yes,
database.
yes. So
Okay.
if it is a if it is here, if you will see, if the database is HANA database, so all the database information you will find here. So if it is a HDB, that means it is the HANA database in the backend. So
Mm-hmm.
it may that it will be in ECC, or it may be it will be on S4. So SAP is recommending to use the S4 HANA system to leverage the power of HANA database. But most of the companies, as it is not direct or it is not a easy process to transform from the old running ECC system from years, it is not that much easy to jump into S4 overnight. So basically the transformation they used to do first to HANA database, then they used to move to S4 slowly. So normally you might be seeing your system will be having, if it is a ECC system, then it will be having the HANA database. The S4 component will not be there. And if it is S4 components, that means you are on S4 HANA system. So for that to know which S4 HANA versions you are in, then you can come to install product versions. So here you can see the S4 HANA versions. So here it is 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, hope I answered your question, right?
Yes. So basically, when they're migrating from any organization migrating from ECC to HANA, then they will do the HANA database as a first step to migrate from any.
Um, yeah, so like to answer your questions, like if I will say, so first, it's there is no like hard and fast rule that you need to be complete first move to HANA database, then only you can move it to S4 HANA. So it depends on you and your like the business, depends on your business decision, like how they exactly wants to go. They can
Okay.
build a system, they can create a system which is S4 HANA linked to HANA database, and they can migrate the data and they can run the parallel systems and they can migrate it. So it's all depends on business decision. Like there might be they will be running ECC, or there might be they will be not having anything. They want to, like, it will be complete greenfield implementations. Earlier there will be having no SAP system, SAP ERP will be running in their environment, and they will be moving into S4 directly. Or if they will be having ECC with any other database, they can move it to directly S4 HANA systems, which like it depends. It's a completely the business decision how exactly they want. So they can move, if like let's suppose it is a very big client and they cannot go overnight to S4 HANA systems. So, and it is not that much cost effective for them to run the S4 HANA system directly. So it depends on them how they want to approach to migrate to S4 systems. So it they might run parallelly, or let's suppose I believe you might be aware of the rollout projects. So whenever they will be doing some set of developments in one region, they will be they will roll out that development to other plants or other regions. So similarly, like it depends on completely business to business how they want to do this migrations or upgradations or transformations.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so let's see how. So this is the S4 system. So let me close this, and we'll see some topics of um, S4 HANA for some new syntaxes for one or two, just for overview. And on next class, we are going to see how we can proceed with the further developments. And because there is Eclipse is not installed in this PC, so I'll be not able to demonstrate any simple, or let's suppose simple CDS views or anything. So let's see in system how we can optimize, like how we can optimize our code with newer syntax and with one or two. 1 minute, guys.
I have a query. So for creation of CDS views, we'll use Eclipse, and if any change we have to do, also we have to do it in Eclipse only, right?
Yes.
And this GUI is just for viewing the code which we have developed there, right?
Yes, you can only view the CDS details from GUI, but all the development should done through ADT Eclipse.
Okay.
Okay, just a question, guys. Like, okay, we have another 18 minutes left. Okay, so we will see some new syntax. Uh, like, is it fine, or like any other topics you want to discuss, or like how it is, or you want to discuss some approach with the code push down, how exactly it works, or like any other topics? Okay, let's go with the some syntax, some newer syntax, so it will be more interesting. Okay, so let me move it. Okay. So for here, if it is if it is a blank system, like if you are like if you are trying to practice, and if let's suppose you are not having the Eclipse installed on your PC, then you can from go from here, and you can try to install the system. For that, SAP Eclipse installation. So here you can write the step by step as well. So it will show you the step by step guide to install. Okay. So you can follow this instructions to install your Eclipse inside your machines. So you will be having like where your SAP GUI is installed, there you can install your Eclipse, so that SAP GUI will be linked to your Eclipse ADT once it's installed, and it will show you what are the system details are linked to your SAP GUI, that it will show you there, and from that you can start working on SAP Eclipse ADT. Okay. So here these are the steps. So first you need to first you need to install the Eclipse in your PC. Once Eclipse installation is done on your PC, then you need to mandatorily, you will once it's installed, you when you will open, it will not show you the ABAP environment. It will not show, like there will be no ABAP objects you cannot create if you will freshly install Eclipse, until and unless you install the ADT tool on that. So for that, what you need to do, you need to go to the Eclipse once it's installed, and go to help. So inside the help, you will be having one new installation. So here the ADT steps is there. So if you will go inside this help, new installation software, there you need to press this, means give this link. So this is the, so after giving this link, it will show the latest HANA development tool, and that you need to select and proceed as per the steps mentioned. All the steps very like self-explanatory, like if having screenshots and all details. So you just need to check the ABAP tool ADT, and then you need to click on next, trust all. Then here one trust all will come. Then next, then you need to install. Then here you need to select. Then here you need to select, and you need to do the trust selected. So once the trust selected is done, it will ask you for the restart. So once the restart is done, so then after that you can be able to see the prospective. Inside the prospective, you can change it to ABAP prospective. So then you can see the ABAP development. All the ABAP related objects you will be able to develop from that. Until and unless ADT is installed on your Eclipse, you cannot do any ABAP developments. So let's see today. Next sessions we will be working with Eclipse. We will do the development in GUI, and we will see how we can do all the objects in Eclipse as well. So we'll skip 1 or 2 class. We will see how we will be compare like all the developments from Eclipse with GUI. Then we will completely switch to Eclipse. So for today, let's see one development. Okay, so this is the T code for creating a program. We will see that same with Eclipse, how we can create a program for Eclipse, all the ABAP database objects. So here, if I go, so we have like in ABAP, we have lot of database objects. One is table, one is view, data elements, then like domains. So all these objects we are going to create and see. So there are such as then lock objects. So all these details objects are there. So we are going to see how we can create it in Eclipse. And yeah, one thing just okay, we'll be now. So here, if whenever we are working with Eclipse, the more advantages is like if you are, let's suppose, trying to open SAP GUI, then if I want to, let's suppose if I'm going somewhere and I'll be like there will be a 5 or 10 minutes break, so there will be a like I would say there will be a buffer time. If there will be time limit will exceeded, then system sessions will, so all these are one sessions, right? So these sessions will auto log out. So if you are working with Eclipse, then on your click it will try to directly log in. So you will like you will get the benefit of that repeated login you don't have, means you will not feel that you are repeatedly logging to the system. So how, like if let's suppose I close this, or if I will not close this, after some time it will like auto timeout will happen, so it will log out. Then if I want to log in again, then I need to come to SAP GUI and log in. So if you are working with Eclipse, then these steps will be get removed. So there are a lot of advantages over there, uh, SAP GUI to Eclipse, that we are going to see it. So let me just quickly create one program and to show you guys. So let's suppose, okay, so it's there. I will give some, okay, okay. So let's create one program. So you can give any title to this. So let me give the test, uh, test program 001. So you need to select the executable type. Just I'm saving, you can save it in your package, or I'm saving it to local object.
Uh, Tripati, one quick question here.
Yeah, please.
While creating reports, usually there will have one checkbox, na Unicode conversion.
Mm-hmm.
So what it mean? I mean, if the program is not checked as Unicode conversion, the syntaxes will be not valid in S4 system, or how? What is the logic behind that checkbox?
You mean to say, let's suppose, sorry, you mean to say this one?
Similar to this, in normal system, we could see one more checkbox, this Unicode conversion checkbox.
Normally,
Here
like
we have,
Unicode, you see, normally Unicode conversion is like if so it depends on like which system to which system like which system it will allow. So basically, like there will be a database related operations is there. So if it is Unicode conversions, so if it is checked, then that means it should allow throughout the development. But I believe, like, if it is not checked on your transformation, it will not create any issues.
okay, so if it is not checked, it will be transformed to S4, you are saying, is it? Or
Because yeah, so like exactly, if I need to see like which Unicode conversions you are saying. Normally I saw it in the objects of PI. So like here I'm exactly not getting which checkbox you are saying. Here it is
yeah,
just one.
right now in this screen it is not there, but if we develop a program in other than HANA, I mean HANA database, not in S4, we will be having one more checkbox here, Unicode conversion checkbox, similar to this.
Mhm.
So if it is checked, what I am thinking is if it is checked, maybe it is compatible to S4. I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. So that's my doubt. I thought of
Okay,
asking you.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Because like I believe till now I have not seen that program. If it is not Unicode convertible, that will create any issues. Because currently I'm working with a transformation project, so where I didn't see similar kind of issues. Maybe if I'll come across on that, then we will discuss on that. So yeah, maybe it will be like if there are any criticalities on that, then we may discuss on next sessions or next to next sessions. That should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just create a quick program. So 1 minute. Source. Okay, let's suppose I'm taking the sales table. I think this table is all aware of. This table is fine, or any other table you guys can suggest.
Fine.
Okay, so let me just select um, with field it should work. I'm not sure why it is not allowing me to enter. Okay,
We have to
let,
select it. I mean, there is a checkbox, green color checkbox. I think we
it's
have
not
to select few
it's
fields.
not allowing me to select actually.
Okay.
It's not allowing me to select.
Below we have red color and green color highlighted buttons,
It's
right?
not
It is
working.
not allowing you there. Okay.
It's not
Okay.
working. Okay, no issues. So let me just remove the fields which are not required, and we'll just quickly see some samples. So let's suppose I created a structure. Okay, and I'm creating a, so after creating, this is the purely I'm doing the classical way of approach. So what are the like phases are there in a program? You guys can just take a part. So what are the phases? First phase is data declaration. Then the second phase is the selection screen. Selection screen. Third phase is your data selection. Fourth phase is your data operation. Then fifth phase is your data display. Some programs you may find that this is not there, but this four phase, like four parts of a program, will be mandatorily there in most of the developments you will be seeing. Okay, so just for now I'm just adding it. Is it clear, you guys?
Yes.
We
Yes, Tripal.
may need another 5 or 10 minutes extra, guys. Is that okay?
Yeah, fine for me.
Yeah. Okay. So I let me declare one data declaration. Let me declare one internal table LT. So for LT we are giving as a local table for the naming convention. So this is the standard practice. So table type we used to give in a standard practice as a structure. Okay. So here if it is data, then it is TS. So TS means table structure. So normally we used to give as LS. Okay. So VBAK type table of VBAK. So I have declared it. Then I need to declare a selection screen. Selection screen begin of block B1 with frame text 001. So I'm just ending it. Selection screen end of block B1. In this, let's suppose I'm writing a statement selection select option s underscore vbln for vbak vbeln. Any syntax issues will come, guys, in this. Then let me write a select start of selection. I'll select it. Select, let's suppose this many fields I want to select. From VBAK into VBA into table LT VBAK, where VBLN should I give in or equals to? Any suggestion, guys?
In,
Sorry,
in.
in S underscore VBELN. So then I need to give a display. So here let me give the display. So I, for that I need to write declare it again. So let me check. Let me just copy paste SLV display. So let me take some sample. I will use to copy paste. I will so this one I will copy. Okay, just to make faster, guys, I'm just copy. So let me copy this. Okay, so here I have table gr. So I'm just, so L for local, G for global. Okay, so G LR table, I'm just passing it to this one, and LT I'm passing it to this one. So, oh, LR, sorry, LR table. Okay, so now it display. So everything is ready. So here any syntax issues will come, guys, or everything is looks good?
GR table, I guess we need to change.
Okay. So normally LR or LO we can define. That's fine. Local object. Okay. Any other syntax issues is there? Let me check. So there is a syntax check is happening, which is VBAK. It is not able to recognize that what exactly the VBAK is. Okay. So why it is not recognized? Because we have not declared this VBAK what exactly it is. Okay. So how to declare? There are multiple ways. So let me declare it like this. Okay. So let me activate it now. So there is no issue. So say what syntax warning is showing that this is not cut. So what I will do for that, so I will write it again. So I need to catch the exceptions. So let me do it. So now I can catch it. So let me remove this. Okay. So I need to, how we need to catch it? We need to write a try block and try. Okay. Everything looks good, guys. Okay. So let
Yes.
me now execute it. Okay. So let's take the example. SA16N. Okay. So let's suppose I'm giving the entries and let me execute. So if you can see all the all the fields whatever I have created, it is coming as a report. So let me do this development with new syntaxes. Okay. Okay, so let me do it here itself. So what I need to do, let me comment everything. Okay, so I will start writing the code. So what details I need? I need this selection screen. Okay, I will activate that code, and I need the select statement. I will activate that. I will use that. So let me activate it, and I need the display. Yes, I I activated it. Okay, so here we have not declared anything, right? So we need to declare. So here in inline declaration we can use the inline declaration. So if we'll use the inline declaration, then we need to use the host variable. So we have not declared this object, so we need to write like this. Okay. Okay, so here if you can see earlier for this object, let me check the syntax. So what exactly the error? So for this one it is coming as a error. So again we need to declare the table. So table, if we will declare, basically it is creating a structure. Okay. Okay.
Select followed by comma we have to do.
Yeah, I missed this one. Okay. So now if you can see for the declaration, the structure which we have declared, it is, so let me execute it and let me bring the same set of data. Okay. So if you can see all the data has showing same like the first time when we created it. So here what things we have not declared any uh, details, any data declarations explicitly. We did all the data declaration implicitly. Okay. So going further, when we will see the inline declarations, how we can declare the data, like data declarations at the time of statement writing, so that we are going to see some new syntaxes, how we can do some calculations, operations into, instead of using the old syntax like read statement, how we can utilize with new syntax, loop statement, how we can utilize with new syntax, some calculations, how we can push it to select statement. So all these things we are going further, we are going to see in the next sessions, in other, like in the next sessions, those all details we are going to see. So basically earlier this was the like approach. If we are bringing the data, then we need to bring the data, then we used to calculate it, then we need to display it, right? So in S4 HANA, once it's came, post that it is recommended to use max to max calculation to db, so that it will do the calculations in database and it will return you the expected results. So we will be looking to that in our code push down approach or code to data paradigm approach. So in that we are going to see like what exactly the approach we need to follow. So on for this one, how we can write the calculation logic in our select statement, what are the different types. So all this we are going to see it. Okay. So going further, we are going to see how we can do this in like um, with the new syntax, and how we can use this. So similar kind of like program we will create, we will try to create some CDS views, we will try to access it in our program. So we will try to expose that CDS views into OData, we will try to expose into that CDS into RAP. So all this we are going to see it. Okay. So any questions till now, or I think we are like good to close the session for today for the introduction sessions. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Nothing from my side, Tripathi.
I'm good,
Yeah,
Tripathi. Good from
yeah,
my side.
I'm good. And once we will go through with the system, then only we can we will raise the doubts.
Yeah, sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure,
Thank you,
sure.
Tripathi. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks for the session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.